In a beautiful city with wide, tree-lined streets and the sound of children playing in the parks, lived a woman named Anna. She was a wife of gentle heart and deep wisdom, known among her neighbors for her kindness and the warmth that radiated from her home. Anna lived with her husband, Daniel, and their 2 children, Lily and Adam. Love filled their house like sunlight, soft, warm, and constant. Anna loved her family dearly, and nothing mattered to her more than their safety and happiness. But one year, a terrible virus began spreading across the world. It first appeared in distant news reports on television, numbers, charts, warnings. Then it came closer. People in neighboring towns fell ill. Hospitals overflowed. Streets became empty. Fear traveled faster than the wind. Soon, the city Anna lived in was no longer filled with laughter and music. It became still and heavy, its wide streets darkened, its shops closed, and its people hidden behind their doors. Every day, the sound of ambulances echoed through the silence. Anna looked at her children with a trembling heart. "We must protect them," she whispered to herself, night after night, unable to sleep. One morning, she made a decision. She traveled to a village far away from the crowds and noise, a quiet place surrounded by fields and hills where the air was clear and the virus had not yet reached. There, she rented a small house, simple but safe. When she returned home, Daniel was waiting for her. His face was tense. "Where have you been?" he asked sharply. Anna looked into his eyes with love and calm patience. "I found us a place to stay," she said. "A house in a remote village. We can take the children there, away from danger, just until this passes." But Daniel shook his head. "I can't leave. I need to work. And I won't run away from my home. If you're so afraid, you can go. Take the children. But I will stay." Anna's voice trembled. "Daniel, I'm not trying to run away. I'm trying to keep us alive. I'm afraid for our children. I'm afraid I could lose one of you." But no matter how much she pleaded, tears falling like rain, Daniel would not change his mind. There was something inside him, pride, stubbornness, fear of appearing weak, and it blinded him. And so, with a heavy heart, Anna took the children and moved to the quiet village. Daniel stayed behind in the city, growing resentful. He imagined insults where there were none. He believed Anna had abandoned him, chosen safety over loyalty. He stopped answering her calls. His heart filled with shadows. Weeks passed. Then one evening, the phone rang. Anna answered, and her heart stopped. Daniel was sick. He had a high fever, difficulty breathing, and could barely stand. The virus had reached him. The walls of their once bright home could not protect him now. Without hesitation, not a second of doubt, Anna left the children in the care of a trusted neighbor and drove back to the city. When she walked into their home and saw Daniel, weak, trembling, unable to lift his head, her heart broke. The man who once stood strong now looked like a fading flame. She placed her hand gently on his forehead. "I'm here," she whispered. "I will not leave you." Despite all the pain he had caused her, despite the arguments and the suspicion, her love was greater than his anger. He looked at her through tired, fevered eyes. "Anna, you came." She only smiled. "Of course. You are my husband. The father of my children. My partner in this life." Anna took him to the village house, far from the children so they would not be at risk. Day and night, she stayed by his side. She wiped his forehead when the fever burned, held his hand when he shook with fear, and spoke softly to him when the nights felt endless. Slowly, very slowly, the fever broke. His breathing steadied. His strength returned. And one morning, as the sun rose gently over the fields, Daniel opened his eyes fully and saw Anna sitting beside him, exhausted but smiling. In that quiet dawn, he understood. Her love was not just affection. It was loyalty, courage, sacrifice. A love that stands firm even in the darkest storm. He took her hand, tears filling his eyes. "Forgive me," he whispered. Anna pressed his hand to her heart. "There is nothing to forgive, Acriphis." When he was strong enough, they returned to their children together, holding hands like they once had, but now with a deeper bond, one forged through trial and tenderness. And in that peaceful village, surrounded by trees and open skies, they lived, not just as a family, but as a story of how love can endure anything, even the fear of death.